Hey guys, welcome back. I have you over on Freddy's Crossing. I had a viewer give me a shout out to this. I had tracked it down on Reddit, and this is over on Freddy's Crossing as well. I am not part of Reddit, by the way. I've always felt I have to have some distance from the gaming community to stay objective, especially from the FNAF community. So I'm never over on there, so I never know what's going on. Okay, here we go. Sorted by best. Okay, Anna Dude Scott Cawthon, 1 day ago. Guys, if you wanted to understand why I need to get away and take a break from all this, then look no further than this thread. This subreddit used to be a community of people who I tried to please the most, but now I feel I can't please at all. It's discouraging and heartbreaking. Okay, then there was an edit, which we know Scott does lots of edits. It didn't bother me that people thought it was a troll. My point was that it didn't matter either way. The subreddit has reached a point to where if there are teasers, if there are no teasers, if there is a troll, if there is no troll, if there is a canon game, no canon game, lore, no lore, long delay, short delay, character teaser, no character teaser, all are met with the same reaction. Many of the members here, especially the prominent ones, are simply unhappy now. And I don't feel that there's anything I can do to change that. And instead of trying to make them happy again, I need to focus on the people who are still actually fans of the series. Ooh, burn. Instead of focusing on people who have grown sour to the franchise, I need to focus on the people who still love the characters and the story. Those are the people I need to be making games for. And I need to take time away to get centered on that. If you need more proof of what I just said, just read the never-ending rebuttals and arguments that get started up by this post as well. There's nothing I could say that will make a difference here anymore. Okay. Oh god, everything is like popping up on the side. Sorry about that. But yeah, if this is Scott, and Scott, if by some weird chance you land on my channel with nothing better to do, and this isn't you, I apologize, but I'm assuming it's Scott since people are saying it is. Yeah, he's saying, you know, there's nothing he can do at this point to make people happy, so this is why he's saying he's taking the break. Now, I checked Steam. He did not, unfortunately, update on Steam, which kind of makes me a little frustrated. I'm not trying to tell Scott how to live his life or anything, but it's like, dude, that's actually where the games are. That's where most of us would see it. Like I said, I intentionally stay away from Reddit because I'm thinking, you know, I have to be away from the community to a certain point so I can remain objective and not be up in everybody's business and everything. And here's a reply he got. So you were working on the games recently because of us, as we are the most vocal and critical of you. I thought you enjoyed making the games because you had fun with them, not to please us while trying to provide a good game. I think you're burned out from the pressure and trying to please us. I understand you're the type of person who cares about how your work is enjoyed by others, but as I said before, you don't need to make the games just to meet our standards. You can still focus on making a good quality game, but you can't make it so that everyone would enjoy it. Not everyone likes some titles in the series, but did it deter us from our love for FNAF? Not in the slightest. And I do agree with that much, that, you know, as a creator, if you try to please everyone, you're not going to please anyone. And I've had it happen to me repeatedly as a writer, as a YouTuber, as, you know, a worker out in public doing, you know, normal jobs. If you try to please everybody, nobody's going to be pleased with you. You kind of have to please yourself and do your best work. Okay, let's continue. I thought you made the FNAF games because they became a hit and you wanted to explore more of the world you created, not because you wanted to please us. Honestly, making your content to please people is not the best path for you. It's not the best path for anyone, by the way. If you keep doing that, you're going to set the bar higher and higher until it collapses on you. I feel that's what has happened to you with FNAF 6. Yeah, and I'm going to have something to say after this, obviously. I'm not mad at the slightest, or I'm criticizing you over your mistakes, just disappointed that all that wait for FNAF 6 went to waste because of the turn of events. That was kind of unwarranted. I was really looking forward to it, but I see how it is and respect that, though I really want you to know if you're absolutely serious about FNAF 6 being canned. We're still confused if you were trolling us or not because of certain stunts in the past. We didn't get a full confirmation with that Steam post due to it being really vague. You can be honest with us, we'll understand. Other than that, and despite disappointing news, even your comment about being upset with us, please enjoy your break and take it easy. We'll still stand behind your back. And then, of course, everybody jumps on the bandwagon and says, nobody could have said it better, blah, blah, blah. One, I'd say back off of Scott. If he is really that disheartened, if he turned his creation into pleasing people, one, it wasn't the best path, because I know from experience, if Scott would ever see this, dude, you can never please everybody. You can't. You will just make so many people mad no matter what you do. I make people mad on this channel every day just by running this channel, and I don't even go bother these people and I make them mad. They have to seek me out. I'd say just, you know, give the poor guy a break. If he doesn't want to make the games anymore, he doesn't want to make the games anymore. And if that's because he tried to please the fandom, apparently specifically people at Reddit apparently, then that's what happened. And you can get caught up in that as a creator. You can get caught up into making your fans happy, and Markiplier's talked about it for YouTubers. And it's a thing. You get so worried about your fans and you get so worried about making them happy that you forget about you. And all of a sudden it isn't your creation anymore. You feel all this pressure on you. You feel it's something you have to do to please your fans. And you're no longer happy. You're no longer doing what you want to do with your creation. So if that's what's happened to Scott, I understand. He's probably... if this is what's truly happened, he's in a place right now where he probably regrets a lot of his choices, because they may have been choices he would have never actually made as a creator, but because of fan feedback, he made them. And we may have gotten the series he thought we wanted, and not the series he wanted to create. And that's a terrible thing if that's what happened. So, like, Scott, if you ever see this and that's what happened, dude, I feel for you, because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to let your fans and your viewers or your readers or your customers completely take over something, and all of a sudden it's not yours anymore. It belongs to them, and you're working for them, and you're never making them happy, and everybody, especially you, the creator, is miserable. Yeah, I feel bad for him at this point. I don't think this is a troll. Scott's trolled in the past, but it's never been real dark. It's never been this sad and this down for this long. He said stuff in the past where maybe it wasn't the best worded troll in the world, but it's never been this sad this long. He's dealt with depression in the past, and that's what concerns me. And as somebody that suffers from depression, I know it never goes away. You have your good days and you have your bad days. And it must suck to wherever you turn around, there are people that don't understand gaming, don't understand game development, don't understand all the pressure he's under criticizing him. So, you know, that's got to be hard on him. People are always like, well, why is he so private? That's why. It's kind of why I try to keep as much distance between me and the community as possible as well. Because you need that privacy. You need that place you can go where there aren't constantly people judging you. That's why I'll never be on Reddit or anything. I'm like, no, I need the distance to keep my sanity. And I'm glad I made that choice early on, because it seems like Scott getting so involved with the community, it really drug him down. And I could have kind of predicted that for him, but we all kind of got to learn that lesson on our own and learn to step back and say, no, I'm sorry, this part of my life is this part of my life, and I can't let you people in it anymore, because it never changes. If Scott does come back to us, I hope he does take a step back, maybe, you know, close some of his social media. And I feel so weird, because I feel like I've made this video before. And, I would say, you know, man, step back. Get a little more of your life private to you. I know you love your fans, but you have to understand you're never, ever going to please everyone. And when you try to, it's always going to explode in your face because everybody's always different. Everybody wants something different from the series, and you know, if you go back to pleasing yourself, if you make the games you love, you'll have the fan base. Maybe walk away from FNAF, make the games you used to. You have like a library, this huge library of games. A lot of us that have channels would, we dearly love to see those games again and be able to play those. So maybe concentrate on bringing your old games back. They look like they were a lot of fun. So, yeah, guys, I'm kind of sad that this happened to him because, he's saying he needs this break, that he's done, and then the first reply is one of those replies you get so often from fans where they're acting like they're being nice to you, and then they're laying guilt on you about, I waited all this time. Guys, you don't have to sit around waiting all your time for Scott to do something. Not to be rude, but get home with your life. Don't guilt Scott because you made waiting for this new game a priority. The man's welcome to have his own life. If you feel you wasted that time waiting on a game, then maybe you need to examine how your life is going and why are you wasting your time waiting on a game? Why aren't you out reading a book or making your own game or doing something else? Stop picking on Scott so much. And it's sad that this happened to him. He is trying to tell the community that he's had enough, and all the community has to do is lay more guilt on him. And saying, go ahead, take a break, but you have to come back. Scott, if you ever see this, you don't have to come back, dude. You never have to come back. These people don't own you. Nobody owns you. You didn't sign up to make FNAF games for the rest of your life. People need to learn that, Scott Cawthon is a human being. He needs left alone. He didn't sign up to make these games the rest of his life and do nothing with his life but please a bunch of fans who think they deserve one more game and one more game and one more game. Knock it off, guys. Leave the guy alone. Okay, I want to thank the person that pointed this out. And if we don't have games, fandom can largely thank people that have been doing this about putting too much pressure on them. So if you want to know why there are no more games, just look at all the people that would never leave Scott alone and never let him not make games. So, yeah. Okay, guys, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and no love. You will be mad at me for sticking up for Scott, but he needs someone to stick up for him, because he's obviously not going to do it himself, so just leave the guy alone. Okay, guys, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.